This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors, presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Wcxo Elevator in Centralia. See Wcxo for a variety of fertilizer, seed corn, and seed soybeans. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Weidman Ford studio on this Saturday. And it features a lot of basketballs today. We'll first go to Shattuck Road. After that, it's Central Cougars coach Nathan Reeder, then Carlisle Indians coach Andy Palmer. And, of course, as always on a Saturday, we have the Easy and Travel Trivia Quiz at 594-2576, 594-2576. This morning, you can grab a scrumptious breakfast pizza from Casey's in Becky. Yes, indeed. Scores and stuff will be delayed. I will tell you this. Westland, Nashville, Oakville, all 3 of those hoops teams won last night, won regional, so they advanced to sectional play. Congrats to them. Okay, for the first time this morning, let's trip on the H&H Computer Services guest line to Shattuck Road for Kaskaskia Blue Devils assistant basketball coach Taylor Hassel. Taylor, welcome to Talkin Sports.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, and a belated welcome to our neck of the woods. This is your first year on the KC Devils scene, and you're a Missouri guy, right, Taylor?
Yes, sir. Appreciate the welcome. I am from Festus, Missouri. I went to Hillsboro High School, which is right down the road from Festus, Missouri. So that's where I was born and raised.
Okay, Missouri. Actually, they go Missouri. Hey, clue us in a little bit, Taylor. You showed up with some top-notch coaching experience. So it did begin with that high school alma mater of yours, didn't it?
It did. My sophomore year of college, I went back and had the opportunity to work with the current varsity coach, the guy that coached me when I played basketball. Dan Johnson is his name. So I was an assistant for him my sophomore year of college, a volunteer assistant. I was going to school. I commuted 2 days a week down to SEMO, Southeast Missouri State, which is about an hour and a half drive. I commuted twice a week there, and the other days I took some online classes and coached with him my sophomore year of college. That was a really good opportunity, a fun opportunity to coach at my old high school.
Yeah, definitely. And were you a pretty good player? Could you hoop it up a little bit, Taylor?
I played varsity basketball for 3 years at Hillsboro. I was okay. I didn't play in college or anything, but I was the large school player of the year, the JCAA player of the year my senior year. I was selected to the Dream Team for the radio station that covers a decent-sized region.
Well, my goodness.
Missouri.
I think you did all right. You got some credentials there.
I was okay.
Yeah.
I was okay. I didn't play anywhere after college. I just went ahead and went to school, but really enjoyed the opportunity to get to coach. Again, with only being a sophomore in college, I got to coach some guys that I actually played with.
Exactly.
Sort of an interesting dynamic, but it was really fun. It was a good opportunity.
But off to SEMO after that in beautiful Cape Girardeau. I like that place.
Yes, SEMO for 4 years. Enjoyed my time at SEMO. I did 2 years with the men's program there. My junior and senior year of college, I worked as the head manager for the SEMO men's team, and was actually a practice player for the women's team.
Oh, really? Okay.
Which was pretty fun. A lot of fun. Met lots of cool people doing that. So
Coach Rick Ray, I've heard that, but I'm not that familiar with Semels, but has he been around for quite a while? Is that it?
This is his third season.
Oh, third,
okay.
So
my junior year, my first year working for the program was his first year. He, and I don't want to say him in the wrong order, so don't take this as fact,
no.
but I know he's been at Indiana State as an assistant. He was at Purdue under Matt Painter as an assistant. I believe he was the associate head coach for some time at Clemson, and then he was at Mississippi State in the SEC as a head coach before he came to SEMO.
Oh, he was. Okay.
I don't know. I may have missed a couple in there, but I know those are the big highlights.
Boy, that's quite a background there. And how did you land this job at KC then? Did they advertise for this online, or Coach Hancock just get out after you, or what?
Well, I sort of there's some online stuff that shows when it's off season time, spring,
openings.
Summer, some openings, and I was looking and trying to find. I was living in North Carolina for a couple months this summer, and was looking to I hadn't been gone long, but I was wanting to get back closer to home. I was homesick already, so it's not like I'm right down the road from home, but I'm only about an hour and 45 minute drive from my house here in Centralia. So I applied for lots of different jobs all over the place, but Kaskaskia was intriguing because it was a little closer. So I applied and, heard from Coach Hancock a little later, and we spoke on the phone a lot for about a month there, and ended up moving back home on September 1st before I was hired here, sort of with a hope. I left the job that I was at and came here before I had signed anything, which was a little bit risky.
True,
I guess, but worked out. So,
well, I know Brian's thrilled to have a good right-hand man. He was without one for a while. And so what are your main duties with the team, Taylor?
Yeah, and to speak to Coach Hancock for a second, that's amazing. I mean, I think this is his 10th season here, and he hasn't had an assistant for most of those seasons, and that's unbelievable to me. Just knowing how full our plate is, both of our plates are right now with two of us, blows my mind that he was able to do this by himself sometimes and still be able to recruit and do that whole thing. But right now, I think I do a little bit of everything. I probably don't do as much office style work as he does, just because there's some things I can't do since I'm not a full-time employee.
Right.
But like on the administrative side of things, but I try to just make life as easy as I can on him, take some of the tedious stuff away so he doesn't have to think about little stuff. Try to work, be proactive, work ahead. I handle a lot of the scouting report stuff, doing player stats for teams we're getting ready to play.
Film work and all of that, yeah.
Film work, seeing what the other team does. That way, he doesn't have to start from scratch when we start watching together. I can kind of give him an idea of what I've seen, and it shortens the time on that a little bit. I've done, some recruiting over Christmas break and things like that. Try to go out to some games when I've got time and, help plan practice and do what I can to help us get ready to try to win some games. And, on the sideline, again, try to make some smart suggestions. Try to make one or two smart ones a game.
Sure.
And just really whatever he needs. I'm just trying to make life easier for him.
Have you seen much of our area's high school talent? I know you've got some on your team, but of the ones in high school now, we've got some good players around, don't we?
There are some college basketball players definitely that are playing here locally. I've gotten a chance to see. I won't say all because I'm sure that I've missed somebody, but I've seen a good handful, and there are definitely some really talented kids in the area. I hope we can land a couple, some local guys to come represent for Central Illinois at Kaskaskia next year.
It's always good. Your view of the current Blue Devils, they look good as of late. The team, you won your last three, so that's a positive.
Yes, we've it's been kind of an up and down year. We're a little young. We have 11 players right now, and 8 of them are freshmen. So that's been there's a learning curve that comes with moving from high school basketball to college basketball, especially guys coming from different areas. So some guys come from pretty small high schools where there's a little bit of a culture shock.
There's a lot of speed, quickness, and athleticism in JUCO action. That is for sure.
there's a little bit of catching up to do. So, but the guys have been great. They've really stuck it out. They haven't, again, we're a little bit lower numbers wise than we'd like to be, having only 11 guys, which can be frustrating as a player sometimes. Your body's a little more sore than maybe it should be, and you don't get as much, time off on the sideline and stuff sometimes. But these guys have stuck with it. They've weathered a couple storms this year, a couple tough stretches, and I think we're playing our best basketball right now, which is ultimately the goal. You want to kind of peak right now, and I don't think we've played as well as we can. Like, I don't think we've achieved our full potential, but I think for us, we've played the best that we've played all year. We're doing it right now, and I hope we can keep it up today. We tip off at 3:00 today versus Lincoln Trail at home. So try to make it 4 in a row today.
Yeah, and you blasted them the last time, but that was the last time, wasn't it, Taylor? It doesn't mean
Absolutely,
it's going to happen again.
Oh, any given day, man, in this conference, it's wild. And that's really with any basketball, but especially around here. Every team's talented enough to pop anybody on any day. So if we come out as focused and locked in and energized as we were the first time we played them, I think we're going to be okay. But, yeah, boy, it'd be bad to show up on a gloomy, rainy Saturday afternoon thinking, oh, we beat them the first time, so all we got to do is show up, because that's how you get popped.
In fact, you flipped Shawnee the other night, Taylor. They cruised by you by 11 the first time, and this time you got them on their home floor. And boy, you love this. You had 5 players in twin figures in scoring.
Yes, yeah, no, really good effort by our guys. Boy, that's a tough place to play, man. And again, with this being my first year, like, I'm experiencing all these gyms for the first time, and Coach Hancock kind of told me about it, but we drove, and again, it's been raining for about 5 days here or whatever, so it was raining the whole way down, so the drive took a little longer than it should have, and then, we got in that gym's kind of, it's a little bit smaller, and it gets real loud, and it's just, I don't know, it's just hard to play in there, and our guys did a really good job. They came out from the get-go wanting to kind of prove that Shawnee, I think, kind of caught us napping for just a few minutes in that first game, and I think the guys wanted to show them that they could beat them. So we had a good first half. We're up 2 at halftime, and really, really played good basketball to start the second half. We ended up stretching it all the way out to 18 at one point in the second half, just executed against all different looks. The guys did a really good job. And then Shawnee got hotter than I've seen a team get all year on us. At the end of that game, it was like a frenzy of baskets on both ends of the floor. But again, guys took it on the chin, man. They weathered the storm. We made free throws, and the big lead we built was enough of a cushion to sort of get us to the final buzzer.
There you go.
We pulled it out. That was a big win.
But yeah, the Great Rivers Conference it's one of the best in the country. You hear that every year, and they're right. And you have 3 league games remaining now. John, Logan, well, they're 4 at the top vying for that front spot. You're not involved there, but you can still up your standing. And all these games are important now for the seeding when the postseason shows up, isn't it? Aren't they?
Absolutely. We're in a little bit. This middle section here that we're kind of in is a little bit gridlocked. Or it's close. If you're not tied with somebody, you're right by them. So the win against Lewis and Clark last week was a huge win. Before Shawnee was probably the biggest win of the season. So if we can take care of business today, then we'll have 2 left, and yeah, to really try to. I'm pretty sure we're locked in that we're going to have to play a playoff game, but we're just trying to punch our ticket to be able to play it on our home floor, So that's sort of the goal right now. Take care of business one game at a time, and
that's right.
Hope that as the cards fall, we end up getting to play 2 Mondays from now on. I believe it'll be March 5th on our home floor, looking to go to the regional tournament. So that's sort of what we're shooting for at this point.
Hey, Taylor, Logan Corman out of Bartelzo. He's a terrific player, isn't he?
Really good, really talented kid. And what's funny about Logan, what I like about Logan is that if you looked at a picture of our team and you said, guess who our best player is, nobody would guess Logan Corman, I don't think. He's just a dude. Like, he's not, I wouldn't consider him incredible at anything, but he figures out a way to put that ball in a basket. If it's shooting the 3, which he is a really, really good 3-point shooter, but again, he's not, a guy that shoots at like 45% or 50%, anything crazy. He sort of just takes what the defense gives him, and if you're too close to him, he dribbles past you. If you're not close enough to him, he shoots it over your hand.
There you go, yeah.
Man, he's a good player. He's really high IQ, really intelligent. That's a local kid. That sort of speaks to some of the Central Illinois basketball that you guys have at the high school level. But he's gritty. He's tough. He doesn't back down from anybody.
No way.
I like him. I like his game.
And he is at 43 or 44% from three and 17 points a game. And just clue us in from your angle on a couple of the other locals, Garrett Belcher and Shane Gons out of Patoka and Oakville.
Yeah. And you know what? You're right. Logan he's shot it better the last few games. He's pushed that thing up to close to 45, hasn't he?
Yes.
He is a pretty good shooter. I'll take that back.
No. Yeah, well.
Shane and Garrett. Let's see. We'll start with Garrett, I guess, because you said his name first. Garrett, really, really gritty kid. I like him a lot. There's one of the culture shock kids. Being a freshman, coming from Patoka, which is obviously a smaller school, he sort of had a lot of learning and a lot of a lot of growing up to do on the floor, just because you can't control where you go to high school. You're only exposed to what you're exposed to. So when it's time to enter this college basketball thing, man, it's like, you can tell it's like, oh, wow, these guys are a step quicker than what I'm used to. And that's true for everybody. But Garrett, I got on a little bit later. I know this summer he came a long way in the weight room. And then I got hired towards the end of September and went to some of these jamborees, and it was really cool to see him from Jamboree 1 just to Jamboree 3,
Sure.
Get used to the physicality and the speed. Really, really coachable kid, listens well, and works super hard. He makes up for what he lacks at his position and some physicality areas. He totally makes up for in effort. And we really like having Garrett on our team. He's developing, and he's getting better every game and finding different ways to contribute.
And quickly on Shane, Taylor.
Shane's a good kid too, man. He's from Oakville. He's sort of finding his niche with us as well. Really, really, really good shooter, Shane is. You can't let him get loose. But again, really coachable kid, gritty, doesn't back down. He's going to get on the floor for loose balls. He does the little stuff. So Shane helps bring a lot of energy. He comes off the bench for us right now. And, boy, he had some energy when he comes in. Defensively, he flies around, he talks, he communicates. He does the little stuff, and he helps us a lot too. So we're happy to have all three of those local guys.
Taylor, thanks for your time, and good luck this afternoon.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Okay, we'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Taylor Hassel of the KC Basketball Blue Devils. And what's next? Nathan Reeder, he's on deck, and then we have scores and stuff, and then Andy Palmer, full load to come here on Talkin' Sports for a Saturday. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
As a business owner, you know that every year brings new challenges and opportunities. The success of your business demands expertise and focus, and Country Financial can help you keep that focus by helping ensure you have the right insurance protection in place to meet your goals. Marvin Gertis, your Country Financial representative in New Baden, can help you create a customized insurance plan that has coverages designed just for your business. Call Marvin Gertis today, 588-7112. Coverages may vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington.
When wearing contacts, you shouldn't even be able to feel them. If they're uncomfortable or feeling dry, come see us at Lebanon Optometric Center or Breeze Family Vision Center. We'll find the right contacts for you, whether it's multifocal, astigmatism, daily disposables, or hybrid lenses. Don't suffer through contacts that are just fine. We have all the major brands to choose from, and with locations in Breeze and Lebanon, if you damage or tear your contacts, we can replace them right away. Start seeing clearer today with a little help from Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center.
Check out this deal from Munkin Nissan in Centralia. It's a 2017 Nissan Altima SV HC176215 for $21,039, a savings of $79.46 off MSRP. The SV lease is $250.81 for 36 months. To learn more, visit their website at munkinnissan.com.
From our family to yours, with guaranteed satisfaction. Munkin's the one. Munkin's the one.
Remember what it was like to expect the unexpected?
I never realized it was so complex.
Guess what? The feeling's back.
You're on Max.
Welcome back, everybody. Rip here in the Wingman Ford studio on this miserable Saturday morning. Not in here, but outside. We're trying to get a hold of him. We will at some point. Nathan Reeder, the head coach of the Central girls basketball team. In the meanwhile, we'll make the switch, call that audible, and we'll go with some scores and stuff until Coach Reeder joins us. Scores and Stuff is brought to you by Hoffman Auto Body, located just 7 miles north of Carlisle. Stop by and see Hoffman Auto Body the next time your car or truck needs a facelift. And here we go. We'll start with high school basketball and postseason play at that. In Class 2A action last night from the Wood River Regional, from the championship game, it was the Western Warriors over Piasell Southwestern, 45-37. Mick Stevens, he had quite a night. He keyed the Warriors' victory. He led them with 14 points and added a block shot plus a steal within the final 2 minutes. So the Warriors move on to their sectional at 25-4. In Class 2A Staunton play for their title, Nashville beat Hillsboro 60-51. Bryce Bultman and Carson Parker each punched in 20 points. And in the Class 1A Oakville Regional Championship game, the homestanding Rockets Club Lovejoy 72-34. Luke Hensler knocked down 16 markers. Give this to you, Ben, so you can maybe decipher that for our next move here. I believe he has a phone that's not ringing at the moment. Inside radio, over the radio. Of course, Centralia and Salem, they're among the others ready to tip off playoff action last week, along with Mater Dei and Central hookup at the 3A Highland Boys Regional. That's Monday at 6 o'clock. Where else? Oh, yeah, last night in regular season action. I don't know how. Okay. Here you go. We're doing what we can. There's a phone issue on the other end. So Central framed Freeburg 49-43. Camden Wempe iced 16 points. The Cougars bust a 3-game slide. Centralia handled the Marion Wildcats barely, 47-39 in overtime, though, 37 all after regulation. Javon Williams Jr. paced Seatown with just 6. The Orphans win the South 7 at 9-1. Benton beats Salem 41-36. The Wildcats had won their previous 7. And Mount Vernon won again. That's 3 consecutive victories for the Rams. Look out for MV. They scoot past Cahokia 42-39. And we're hoping if we can get this phone situation worked out to talk to Coach Reeder in a little while. What's our prognosis, Ben? Ben Koopman is on the board. He's our handyman there, and he's going to try to call me. I think Coach Reeder's going to try and find another phone, possibly. Something like that. Okay. In college hoops, Illinois, well, they gave it their best lick, but they still lost. That was Thursday night. That little guy, well, 6'1", whatever. Okay, we're going to pause that, which is good. Shifting on the fly. I'm a trained professional here, so, well, within reason. I believe. Let's try that H&H Computer Services guest line for Central girls coach Nathan. Are you there, Nathan?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how we doing? The phone acting up on you this morning?
I don't know. It didn't even ring. I got a text message, so it's working on my end, I guess. Hey, I don't know what's wrong with it.
We're set. We're set to go. That's the main thing. So good to have you, and congratulations on that huge victory Thursday. You earned a 3A Super Sectional berth by topping East St. Louis in Carbondale.
Yeah, thanks. It certainly is exciting for the program, and the kids are obviously very excited, and we're looking forward to getting the opportunity to continue playing, and hopefully we can play well Monday night.
You won the Carbondale section by virtue of a 45-36 count over the east side, and your smoking start propelled you to that large W. It's always nice to get out in front by 11.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the big, I thought, keys to the game, just looking at how East St. Louis had been starting out really in pretty much every game that I had seen in the postseason and just throughout the end of the regular season, they were the ones to get out the big leads and, 12-0, 11-0, et cetera, and we just didn't feel like we would be able to overcome something like that. So we really stressed the importance of not necessarily getting out to a big start ourselves, but not letting them build a big lead right out of the gate.
Right.
I think our defensive intensity was something that caught them off guard a little bit. And, certainly the kids executed very well offensively. They played very well.
With her reputation, I'm not sure if Faye Meissner caught him off guard, but she launched your quick start with the game's first 7 points. She ended with 25-17 in the initial half.
Yeah, Faye played very well. Certainly, everybody that was on the floor made contributions, but offensively, we scored whatever it was, 45 points, and she had 25 of them. She certainly was a major contributing factor to why we won the game. Our ball handling. We were only turned over 15 times. I was hoping to keep it under 20, and that's obviously a large number, 20. But when you're playing a team with the athletes like East St. Louis has, I knew it was going to be difficult. We only turned it over 15 times, and we only gave up. I don't remember off the top of my head how many offensive rebounds, but it was a much lower margin than what I was, prepared for. So I thought that was really, critical, was how well we took care of the basketball and the fact that we were able to limit their second chance points. We outscored them in the paint by a large margin. So
Man,
it was a good showing for the girls that night.
And overall in the glass, it looks like you had a 29-25 edge. So that's something probably. I think that's fantastic against a club like that.
Yeah, no doubt. They were certainly bigger and every bit as, if not more athletic. Multiple positions on the floor, and we were just very concerned that. Some of the wild shots that they kind of take within the flow of their offense, really, when you look at them on the surface, they're not good shots from a coaching standpoint. But when you can offensive rebound the way they do, it's really a major part of their offense to take some of those shots, because a lot of the time they're going to end up getting the ball way closer to the basket than where the initial shot came from. So
you also netted those free throws, Nathan, and that was and they did not. They really scuffled at the charity line.
Yeah, going and looking through their statistics, we knew that the free throw line was not going to be their strength, with the exception of one of their kids. We had talked about the possibility of fouling quite a bit if it came down to it, and just trying to take the ball out of their hands and making them beat us from the free throw line. But we stepped up in the second half and hit some big free throws when we were in the bonus, and certainly when we fouled them, they weren't able to convert, and that was another big contributing factor to the reason why we won the game.
They only snuffed 5 of 16 on the night. You were 19 of 28, and 11 of those were in that fourth period. So you hit them when it really mattered. That's not easily done.
Yeah, absolutely. It just shows the growth of our team. They've really come a long way since their initial campaign last year as juniors, and couldn't be more proud of the work they've put in and all that they've accomplished.
And from what I understand, Eastside had everybody back, too. I think they had a kid out with an injury for a while and so forth, so they came at full strength. And to give them credit, too, you had a pretty nice lead. They didn't lay down. They closed it within 3 after the first, of course, right off, and then just 7 at the half, and then things got really tight. They kind of turned the tables in the third period.
Yeah, no doubt. We certainly knew it wasn't going to be easy. And, with the athleticism that they bring to the table, when they turned up the defensive intensity, it made it difficult for us, but, it would for anybody. There's a certain element to their team that, we just don't see on our schedule typically. I talked to Coach Arbuthnot from Highland before the game, and he just told me, he's like, good luck. He's like, I guarantee you haven't played anybody like him. And he's right. We hadn't played anybody like him. We played a good schedule, no doubt. We played Beverly East, played O'Fallon, and, those teams have obviously excellent athletes, but just the overall athleticism and length that they were able to bring to the table was something unique that we hadn't seen all year.
But your Cougars had a head of steam ahead of Thursday's tip. You rolled through 3 previous playoff games. You had an 8-game winning streak coming into Thursday night, so you did good. Now you're 28-3. This 17 wins in your last 18 outings.
Yeah, it's been a really, really enjoyable ride. I can't. Obviously not to take anything away from any of the other teams that we've had, because we certainly had our hands full of really good teams. But this team has just been so much fun to coach. They're just so tough and gritty, and anything that they lack in size or talent, they just make up with heart and determination and hard work. And it's just a lot of fun. I certainly hope we can make it last another week, and no matter when it's over, it's going to be a sad day. But it's just been really, really enjoyable.
Those defeats didn't come against any patsies either. Fallon and Belleville East, and also Lebanon, who I believe lost last night at the at the 1A state tournament. But and the Cahokia Conference slate, and yeah, that overall schedule, in-season tournaments. Well, you beat Mater Dei twice. Everything. I mean, it's all prepared you for this spot now for this time of the season.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think regardless of whether we were 2A or 3A, I'm not going to apologize for our schedule. I mean, and I think our conference this year was probably stronger than it has been in 4 or 5 years, and our non-conference slate, I think, just continues to improve with the tournaments that we play in. And obviously, when you play in those challenging tournaments and you win games, you get the winners bracket, you're going to see high-quality opponents night in and night out. So, I don't think our kids are going to be, intimidated by the moment Monday night. I hope not. Certainly, they shouldn't be. They have nothing to be afraid of. All that they've accomplished to this point is just it's been really, really special, and hopefully they go out and play relaxed and just enjoy the moment Monday night.
You have the Effingham Hearts. They are 31 up and only 2 down, and that game will take place, the Super, at the University of Illinois Springfield. That's a beautiful place. And are you pretty well-versed on the Hearts by now, Nathan?
Yeah, certainly it's not a team that I'm a guy that doesn't really look too far off ahead, so it's not like I've been preparing for them for a week or whatever. I mean, I was taking things one game at a time, so I spent a lot of time yesterday trying to figure out a game plan. I'm still kind of in the process of doing that, but we'll certainly do everything we can to put our kids in position to be successful Monday night. And one of the strong suits of my team is how well they execute. So just looking forward to seeing what they can do.
You're worried more about your team than the other, and that can be all right. Do you have any common opponents at all? Have you checked that out?
Yeah, we've each played Teutopolis, and we've each played Greenville.
Oh yeah, T-Town.
Yeah, they beat T-Town, and I don't really know a whole lot of details about that game. I think T-Town had one of their leading scorers not playing, but I'm not really sure. And then Greenville, I think they beat Greenville by a pretty wide margin, and obviously Greenville had a very good year. So, it's going to be a challenge. They're very good. Obviously, won 31 games at the 3A level. They're a good team, and the good thing about it is we're a good team also. And
exactly.
I think, we know that, and we believe that, and it's just going to be a matter of going out and playing. There's 8 teams left, so we're fortunate to be one of them, and hopefully we can make it past this cut down as well.
And your everybody, but your seniors in particular, I think you have 6. They would love to play 3 more contests, wouldn't they?
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's like I said. I can't overemphasize how enjoyable this group has been to work with on a daily basis. Team chemistry is as good as any group we've ever had. The role acceptance, the buy-in. The list just goes on and on. The work ethic. It's a really enjoyable group. Certainly I'm very, very proud of every one of these kids, and if my daughter turns out to be as hard of a worker and as tough and gritty as these girls are, I'm going to be very, very proud.
She will. Incidentally, not incidentally really, but Faye Meissner, one of those seniors, she's UMSL bound, and she also went over that 1,000 points plateau since we last talked. So that is that's great. That's tough to accomplish.
Yeah, Faye is the quintessential gym rat. We've had, like I said, some really good players, and we've never had a player as dedicated to their craft as Faye. From the day she walked in, she was very motivated to become the best player that she can be. Obviously she has really developed as a player here over the past couple of years as her role changed. She's up to the task. As a freshman and a sophomore, she was in more of a secondary or tertiary role to Kendra and some of the other, big-time players that we've had. But as, she's, developed and gotten older, she's really been thrust in the forefront for us offensively, and she's been up to the task. So very, very proud of Faye. Anybody that wants to know the secret to Faye Meissner, obviously she's an extraordinary athlete, but the work that she's put in on her own, up at the park shooting on the tennis courts up there, the hockey court that is, and
oh yeah, sure,
dribbling down in the basement. She's really worked for and earned all of the accolades and the opportunities that she has gotten for herself.
You have practice in a few minutes?
I'm sorry, what was that, Rip?
Do you have practice in a few minutes?
Yeah, we got practice here in a little bit. I got to finish kind of getting a few things put together for that. But we're just looking forward to, like I said, we're looking forward to it. It's another chance to get together and try to figure out what we need to do to be successful. And hopefully between myself and the rest of our coaching staff and our kids, we'll come up with a good game plan and give the Hearts all they can handle Monday night.
All right. Well, thanks for the visit this morning. Good luck to you Monday night. The game will air on Max 96.7. Go grab a state tournament berth.
Hey, we're going to try, Rip. Thanks a lot for having me, as always. I really appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you.
See you, Rip.
Coach Nathan Reeder of the Breeze Central Cougars, one game away from that trip to Bloomington Normal Monday night. I believe it's a 7 o'clock tip here on Max 96.7. We'll continue with scores and stuff, and still on the docket, Andy Palmer, right around this bend.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Don't miss the grand opening of the all-new Best One Tire and Service in Breeze, now located at 13912 Best One Drive. Come see the all-new expanded floor design and look. It'll blow you away. Plus, lots of grand opening specials, including an oil change for just $19.95. That's not all. Register to win great prizes. No purchase necessary. And listen to this. Mention this ad and get an additional discount on the spot. It's the grand opening of the all-new Best One Tire and Service, 13912 Best One Drive in Breeze. You're going to love this place.
Hi, this is Rosalind Ross, and I'm your NBA sports gal for Talking Sports with Rip Nottmeyer here on 96.7.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Continuing a fine tradition handed down from Antone Coke in 1877, Antone's Concessions and Catering proudly delivers an experience in food service that's second to none. No matter what the occasion, Antone's Concessions and Catering offers a wide selection of menu items that are guaranteed to please. Call 618-830-1579 to place your order. For more information online, Antone'sConcessionsandCatering.com.
Do you mind if I turn on the radio?
The music is great, and it doesn't cost anything.
It's Max 96.7.
Hello again, everybody. Rip here in the Weedman Ford studio. We've heard from Taylor Hassel and Nathan Reeder. We're all up to snuff. I almost hit out of order. Let's go to trivia right about now.
It's time for the Easy In Travel Trivia Quiz on Talkin' Sports. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel and Breeze. Call 526-2201.
And you are eligible to play unless you're someone in your household has won over the last 8 weeks. Number 2, you cannot be affiliated with or related to anybody here at Max 96.7 or Easy In Travel, or for today, Casey's General Store in Beckamar. Dale Pulver is offering up one delicious breakfast pizza. You need to pick up the certificate within 30, though, okay? 594-2576. That's our number, 594-2576. Here we trek. It's on the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea. Check that. I believe that was absolutely pretty good for an American. Which country has won the most gold medals in Winter Olympics history? Norway, the United States, or Canada? Oh, Canada. Who's mined the most gold in Winter Olympics history? Norway, us, or our friends to the north, the Canadians. Give us a call at 594-2576, 594-2576 if you want to swat down some pizza from Casey's and Becky.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordykeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
Get unhungry for only $5 at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's. Dig into the $5 All-Star Meal with 4 different meals to choose from, like the Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger and Spicy Chicken Sandwich, with natural cut fries, a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie, and a 20-ounce drink. Pick a $5 All-Star Meal today from your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's, plus the entire Red Burrito menu. Get unhungry at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? Then let me, State Farm agent Steve Klosterman, help you simplify and get to a better state. Because with the Klosterman Agency handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too, because adding State Farm policies can earn you discounts and actually help you get ahead. Call or email me, State Farm agent Steve Klosterman, and get to a better state with State Farm.
If you're an athlete, coach, official, or fan, you need Lee Sports in Nashville. Lee Sports has it all for teams and individuals. From uniforms, shoes and equipment, to coaches apparel and officials gear. And Lee Sports carries name brands like Under Armour, Mizuno, Rawlings, and Adidas. Lee Sports also stocks a complete line of spirit wear and offers screen printing and custom embroidery, plus trophies, awards, and personalized items. Lee Sports in Nashville, your complete sporting goods headquarters.
Welcome to our music warehouse. Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs. Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
Hello again, or for the first time, Rip here in the Weedman Ford studio. We have the correct answer. Thanks for the calls this morning. The question once more, which nation has won the most gold medals in the history of the Winter Olympics? This is the 23rd. Is it Norway, the United States of America, or Canada? The answer is Norway. Those crazy Norwegians have banked 131 gold medals over now 23 games. That was as of 7 this morning. Okay, I could be one off. We have won 105 gold pieces, and Germany is third. Canada is fifth behind the old commies, the Soviet Union. Our winner this morning, Joe Tolan out of G-Town. He collects a free and really, really good breakfast pizza from Casey's over in Beckamar. Now it's time to conclude scores and stuff. Again, that's brought to you by Hoffman Auto Body. See them whenever you have a little jam, between you and your car or truck. Andy Palmer is on the opposite side of some important commercials, but a little more on scores and stuff here. We break it into 2 parts. Now to Illinois. Yes, they did. They lost, and that's not unusual, but they give them a point, Purdue beat them 93-86. Who'd have thought it'd be that close? I know they had a player out, but the Illini now 3-14 in league play, 13-17 overall. The Illini are in Jersey for Rutgers tomorrow. You talk about a clash of the Titans. All the other teams are in action today from our regional area: Missouri, SIU, SLU, and SIUE. Ohio State clipped Indiana 80-78 in double overtime last. And how about Drexel? They set the record for a comeback win Thursday night. They erased a 34-point first-half lead to beat Delaware by a couple. Oh, and off the court, things are getting deep in college hoops. You know the story. We don't have time to get into it now, but this is headed for big-time trouble. Anytime you get the FBI, if they don't drop the ball here, it's looking bad. And Arizona's coach, oh boy, the Blues, they're not looking good either. They lost again. Connor Hellebuck shut down the Blues last night 4-zip. That was his third shutout over St. Louis this year. The Note are 0-4-1 in their last 5. They drop down to Music City tomorrow. The Cardinals lost their exhibition opener to the Marlins. Who's going to beat the Marlins? The Fish beat the Cards 6-4. St. Louis continues action today. Our men defeated Sweden for curling gold. So nice. And how about that women's hockey team as they nipped the Canadians the other night in shootout fashion? The golf leaders are List and Lovemark at the Honda Classic. Bad law firm, sounds like to me. Jessica Korda leads the Honda Thailand, and the seniors are off. Andy Palmer is next.
Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best.
Call Emming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Emming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here.
Good times are waiting at Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery, just north of Carlisle on Route 127. There's no better place to see live music than the Brett's Outdoor Stage, hosting bands every weekend. The kitchen at Brett's opens at 3 on Monday and Tuesday. They open for lunch at 11 Wednesday through Friday, and they have breakfast Saturday and Sunday starting at 8, with dinner available daily. Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery is a great spot for a meeting, a party, a get-together, or just to grab a bite to eat. Call 594-8830 or go to wildlifelodgeandwinery.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Matt Palm at MedPlus Physical Medicine in Carlisle. Whether you want to lose a few pounds for vacation or you want to get rid of lots of excess weight, it's time to take advantage of our safe, effective, and affordable weight loss program. With an individualized plan based around an appetite suppressant, a metabolism booster, and diet and exercise counseling from physicians with backgrounds in nutrition, let us get you on the path to a healthier lifestyle. Call MedPlus at 594-3671 to set up your free consultation and to get you on track to a healthier you.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Pretty sure Matt was talking directly to me. The time is 9:47. That time drop brought to you by Breeze Furniture, Jan's Uniforms. Let's click the H&H Computer Services guest line. We're right here in Carlisle now, and it's Indians basketball coach Andy Palmer. Andy, welcome back.
Thanks for having me back on, Rip.
Unfortunately, we have to wrap up your campaign. That's never fun, but that's what it's come to. You were shut down by Piasaw Southwestern Tuesday over at Wood River.
Yeah, it's always unfortunate when your season comes to an end, but we just didn't play well enough to win on Tuesday, and that's why we didn't advance, and so that's where we're at this point.
Piasaw knocked you off 62-47. They led after every stop, and once you're down at halftime, just 9, I believe, but boy, it made that third quarter very, very important, and they won that as well.
Yeah, and we made a run in the third quarter, and I think got it back to 4.
Oh, really?
And, okay. We got off to a good start. We hit a 3 right away, and another basket, I believe, and then we kind of got into a 3-point happy situation where we just started launching threes and end up taking more threes than we did twos, and that's never a very good formula unless they're going in. And that's kind of what dug us a hole, and then they really shot the ball well, and but we cut it back to 4 in the third quarter, and then proceeded to let them go on, I think, a 12 or 13-0 run to finish that out, and which never did recover from that.
What other, besides them getting hot for a while, what other problems did they present? Did they have some size, and was their defense pretty tough?
Defensively, they played really well, I thought. I think that was a combination of them and us not executing offensively very well. They didn't really have size. We matched up fine with them. They just really shot the ball well, and they have some guards who have, a lot of experience, been starting since sophomore year, and they really just came out and played well and shot it extremely well. And, when shots are going in, it makes things a lot easier. And theirs were going in and ours weren't. And that's a tough thing.
Luke Boatwright topped your club with 20 points. Chase Taylor had 11, and they each did drain 3 trays, but they, I suppose the way it sounds, they dried up after a while.
Yeah, I think, I think Chase ended up 3 of 9 that night, and I think Luke was like 3 of 13 or something that night. And so, they really focused on Tyler Seaver and doubled and tripled him in there. And, it does leave others open to really step up and have an opportunity to score the ball. And we really didn't have that other, Luke scored some and Chase did early, but, nobody else really stepped up and contributed, and it made it tough. They really kind of shut Tyler down. To his credit, I thought he did a good job of trying to find open people, but those people have to finish shots and make open shots, and we just weren't able to do that. We weren't very good at the free throw line as well, and so it's just a combination of a lot of things.
Tyler did snare, I think, 5 rebounds, though, and Nick Becker had 6 boards for you. And so Pie-Sol wins it over you guys. And then last night they collided with Westland, and the Warriors hung on for a 45-37 victory. And that's going to be quite a sectional, won't it, over at Westland? Nashville's over there as well.
Yeah, Nashville, Pinckneyville, Westland, and Anna Jonesboro.
Man.
And so that'll be a tough sectional. We went up watched the first half last night of that game, and then we left at halftime. I think it was 20-14. I think Westland up on Pie-Sol, and Pie-Sol's best player hadn't scored and had foul trouble, so thought maybe it might be a good game, and they just kind of hung around, never did really allow Westland to pull away until late. But they're a very nice ball club, and now they get to play on their home floor, which I know Brent's happy about that. And but yeah, it'll be a tough sectional, I think. Westland plays Anna on Tuesday, and then Pinckneyville, Nashville. Anytime those two teams get together, it's always a good game, and those two will meet on Wednesday. So it'll be a tough one to get out of, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. And Westland and Salem, they shared first in the Kokia Conference. Your tribe was 2-8 there. And let's get back to your Indians, though, and then did slip down the stretch, Andy. There's no other way. But the thing is, Salem, I mentioned Salem there as co-champs. My goodness, that was a heck of a game on senior night at Harris Gymnasium. You had them most of the way, and they dribbled past you very late, but a 2-point verdict in favor of the Cats last Friday.
Yeah, and that's been, it kind of just, the way our season has gone. We'll play really well for a game or two and then turn around in our next 3 or 4 and not play very well. I think the last week of our season just kind of sums up our whole year. We went to Greenville on Tuesday and just I thought played maybe the worst game we've played all season, and then come back on Friday night, senior night, and play maybe the best game we've played all year against a very good Salem club. And it's been frustrating. I was trying to think of how to sum up our season. It's frustrating, obviously, comes to mind. Disappointing comes to mind, and just really inconsistent as far as how we played, how we've shot it. We just have not been able, or we're not able to put things together on a consistent basis. And, coming out of the Benton tournament, I kind of felt like maybe things were turning around, and then we just kind of fell on our face again. And, I never would have dreamed this team would have lost 20 games. I probably would have bet everything I had if somebody would have asked me that at the start of the year. But that's the way it ended up, and it's a combination of a lot of teams on our schedule are very good, and just us not being very good at times. So just a frustrating year overall.
You did, though, from Benton on through that win over Central here in Carlisle. You won 5 out of 6 in mid-January, the end of the month there, and with that game against Salem, even though it was a loss, that should have boosted your confidence some, and it probably did. But then you're only as good as your next game, obviously, too. So
that's right. Yeah,
Pie-Sol's no slouch either, right, Andy?
No. They end up winning 19 games, and so it's just frustrating when you can play at a high level like we did against Salem. Like we did when we beat Central and beat Highland and at Mater Dei, and then not being able to consistently play with that kind of effort, not being able to consistently play together as a group, and that was really, I think, our downfall most of the season. We just never had everybody, all of our kids, all on the same page, and that, I guess, ultimately falls on me, and that's my job to get them there. And but it just never happened. Happened in stretches, but not consistently. I really always, I was always confident in our team that down the stretch we were going to put it together and make a nice little run, and it just didn't happen.
Showed signs that, but yeah, 11-20. But again, we mentioned some of that with the Benton tournament. You ended up winning the last 3 there. You took third, right? And then you were 4th over at Mater Dei, 2-2 before that third place game there. And then the Kaskaskia class, I suppose you split there, which has become a really nice tournament there. So
yeah, yes, our schedule is very tough, and I don't know, as far as the 2A school in our area that plays maybe a tougher schedule than we do. I mean, obviously Nashville plays a very tough schedule, but their conference was down with the exception of Pinckneyville this year. And, everybody in our conference this year was really good. And, and it shows the way kind of people beat up on each other. And so, it is what it is. And, all you can do is, try to look forward to next season and try to put things back together.
A few more counts here with Andy Palmer of the Carlisle Basketball Indians. Tyler was an all-tournament selection in all three times, wasn't he?
Yeah, every tournament to be selected all-tournament team, that's a great honor for him. Finished, I think, his career with 1,210 points, which puts him, I think, number 6 all-time on the boys' side at Carlisle. And so he had a nice career. I know he didn't play as well as he wanted to late in the year, but he's also hurt. He played the last 2.5 weeks after dislocating that thumb, and he just wasn't the same player, wasn't able to do some of the same things he'd done all year, and I know that was frustrating to him. But he toughed it out. A lot of kids would have said, I can't go, but he taped it up and went, and, that's what leaders do, and, those seniors are certainly going to be missed.
That's a lofty total, 6th place on that list with Tom Michael, Phil Coons, and many, many more. That's
Yep.
that's up the ladder of 4. And injury, I tell you what, that doesn't. But you did have your share of injuries and a little health issue from game 1 on, didn't you?
We did. We suffered a lot of injuries. With our missing Alex Hills the first 9 games with mono, and then I think Chase Taylor missed maybe 8 games throughout the year just with different various injuries. And then Nick Becker got injured during the Nashville game and had to play the rest of the way out, kind of taped up. And same way with Tyler. Last couple of weeks, and it's just
a lot of duct tape, Andy.
Yeah, a lot of tape the last few weeks down the stretch. And when you have to play with that kind of injury, it just it doesn't allow you to play at the level that you probably want to play. It just kind of limits what you can do. Ball handling, shooting, and that sort of things. But kids still play hard and did what we asked them to do. It just wasn't enough when it come down to it.
Andy, go ahead and mouth a few words about your 3 seniors in whatever order you want to. Alex there and Tyler and Nick.
Yeah, there's just 3 great kids from 3 great families. And, Alex is the last of the Hills group to come through, and, just a great leader, and just shows a lot of fight and heart and toughness, gives us a lot of toughness. And, Nick Becker is a kid that, does a lot that doesn't really show up on the stat sheets for us. He was assigned to our opponent's best player every night, and to have to defend him. And, sometimes when you do that, it takes away from you offensively, but, he rebounds, he guards.
And he dishes out assists.
He does. He passes the ball as well as maybe anybody we have. And, he knew his role and he accepted it, and that's what it was. And, that's what good teammates, good players do. They accept their role and do the best with it. And that, I feel like that's what Nick did this year for us, and even last year. And so, and then, Tyler, has just had an outstanding career for us, just 3-year starter, and it's been a big part of our success over those last 3 years. And just a great competitor. He hates to lose. And, there earlier in the year, people were really focusing on him, and he was still able to put up 18, 20 a night with get doubled and tripled. And I just really feel like his injury kind of hampered him late in the year. I know it was frustrating to him. And, but those 3 are certainly going to be missed. We talked about it at the end of our game the other night, who's going to step up and replace the things those guys did for us. Tyler's leading scorer, leading rebounder, close to probably being our leading assist guy, and, leading in block shots. And, who's going to take those things over that he's done for us? Who's going to guard the opponent's best player? Who's going to be our point guard next year? And a lot of questions, to be answered with the kids we have coming back.
But you have some good ones coming. I mean, Dawson Reinacher and Luke and Chase and Caleb Dars. There's some tools for you to build around.
There is, and those guys got a lot of experience this year. Those 4 juniors, along with Lane Heinzman, Isaac Smith is a sophomore, got some varsity time, and so we'll certainly be leaning on those guys a lot next year. There's definitely some talent there, and it's just whether or not we challenged them over at the end of our game the other night. They've got to get stronger physically. They've got to work on their skills and improve. We can't just be satisfied with where you're at as a player, and so we challenge them to do that from here on out until we start again next year. And so, it's really up to them whether they decide to do that or not.
Yes.
If they do, then, I think we'll see a difference in us. If they don't, then, it may be the same struggles.
Thanks for your many trips to Talkin' Sports again, Andy.
I always enjoy being on with you, Rip.
We'll get back to you late next fall, I suppose.
That sounds good.
All right. Andy Palmer of the Carlisle Basketball Indians. Our thanks to Andy, and also basketball coaches Nathan Reeder and Taylor Hassel. Our trivia winner this morning, Joe Tolan. Joe Tolan out of Germantown. He gets a pizza pie from Casey's in Beckamar. Monday night we'll have a Sharton show. We'll go to about 6:40. The tip is at 7 for the Central Effingham Super Sectional game from Springfield, and we'll have just one guest. That's all we need. We have a lone guest. He is McKendree basketball coach Harry Statham. Their campaign comes to a close today, so we'll put the clicker on that one, or the capper, whatever's handy. Okay, we'll see you Monday night between 6 and 6:40 on Talkin' Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 Wcxo.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Mako Elevator in Centralia. See Mako for a variety of fertilizer, seed corn, and seed soybeans. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. This broadcast was a presentation of WCXO Sports.